Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Bruce Gulland.
And I'm Adam Navis. Spotlight uses a special English method of broadcasting. It is easier for people to understand, no matter where in the world they live.
A man sits in a cafe drinking tea. He puts a small round stick to his mouth and breathes in. He holds his breath. Then he breathes out. A small cloud floats out of his mouth and into the air. The cafe worker walks over to him. The cafe worker tells him, "You cannot smoke in this cafe." The man looks at the object in his hand. Then he looks up at the cafe worker. He says, "I am not smoking. This is an electronic cigarette."
This kind of situation is becoming more and more common. Many people think smoking e-cigarettes is safer than traditional smoking. But is it? Today's spotlight is on smoking e-cigarettes or vaping.
Vaping is not smoking. Vaping does not produce smoke. Instead, it produces vapor. The vapor looks like smoke or steam from water. But it is neither of these things. E-cigarette vapor contains small amounts of many different substances.
There are many different devices for vaping. Each device requires a mouthpiece, a heating device, a battery, and a liquid that will turn into the vapor. E-cigarettes are vaping devices that look like normal cigarettes. Vape pens look like large pens for writing. And some users even make their own vaping devices.
Many people believe that vaping is better than using tobacco cigarettes. But is vaping really better than smoking?
Traditional tobacco cigarettes are very bad for your health. They can lead to problems with the heart and lungs. And smoking leads to many kinds of cancer. Tobacco cigarettes can also cause problems for babies growing in their mothers. People who stop smoking tobacco cigarettes can improve their health a lot. But stopping smoking is very difficult to do.
It is difficult to stop smoking because people can become addicted to smoking. The tobacco in cigarettes contains nicotine. People who smoke begin to depend on this drug. They experience physical problems when they stop using it.
Some people argue that vaping is a good way to stop smoking tobacco cigarettes. Linda Richter is the Director of Policy Research and Analysis at the Center on Addiction. She agrees that vaping can help some people stop smoking. It replaces cigarettes. She wrote for the center's website.
Most public health workers agree that e-cigarettes and other vaping devices are less harmful than smoked cigarettes. They do not contain tobacco. Tobacco is the leading reason for the majority of diseases connected to smoking. When vaping is used instead of cigarettes, it is a tool for people who have not had success with other methods.
Does this mean that anyone who wants to stop smoking should start vaping? Not exactly. Richter explains that there is research to support vaping as one tool to stop smoking. However, vaping has other problems.
Several studies also found that people who use e-cigarettes may be less likely to stop smoking. This may be because e-cigarettes still use nicotine. Nicotine is the drug in both tobacco cigarettes and in e-cigarettes. Also, smoking often involves particular social behaviors. These behaviors can be very difficult to change.
In fact, vaping may be even worse than smoking tobacco cigarettes. Vaping juice can have a high amount of nicotine, even more than traditional cigarettes. And vaping can cost a lot of money. Robert H. Schmerling is a medical doctor. He wrote about vaping for Harvard Medical School. He writes,
"Vaping can lead to changes in the lungs that are similar to those caused by smoking, and some chemicals in e-cigarettes have already been removed from food products. These chemicals have been linked with health problems. Teenagers who vape may be more likely to smoke cigarettes as adults or try other drugs. And some people both vape and smoke cigarettes. In a recent study, e-cigarettes did help people stop smoking, but more than 80% of people continued to smoke a year later.
Another problem is that more young people are vaping. Younger people are smoking fewer tobacco cigarettes. They know about the problems with cigarettes. But many people believe that vaping is different. Part of the reason for this rise is the many different tastes of e-cigarettes.
Because e-cigarettes do not use tobacco, companies can add many different flavors or tastes. Some of the most popular flavors include sweet fruits and sugar-filled drinks or foods. Young people connect these tastes with fun things. When they think of tobacco cigarettes, they think of old people. When they think of e-cigarettes, they think of young people. One study on this was published in Tobacco Regulatory Science. It reported that many young people would not have tried vaping if there were no flavor. Aaron Alexander wrote about this study for Men's Journal.
Over 73% of students and young adults said they would not vape if there were no flavors. Also, almost every person said their first e-cigarette had a flavor. This suggests that a major reason young people try using e-cigarettes in the first place is the sweet, fruity, and strange flavors, and it is a major reason they continue to use them.
Vaping is increasing in places like the United States and Europe. But in some countries vaping is banned. This is important to know if you are someone who vapes and wants to travel. For example, someone who uses e-cigarettes in Thailand can go to prison for 10 years. There are also strong laws in the countries of Singapore and Brunei. Other countries have made e-cigarettes illegal. These include countries like Argentina, Brazil, Egypt, Jordan, Philippines, Turkey, and Vietnam. Tobacco cigarettes are still very popular in many of these countries. But the governments have decided that e-cigarettes are too risky.
Tobacco cigarettes and e-cigarettes are still very popular around the world. Both can be very difficult to stop once started. If someone wants to stop smoking tobacco cigarettes, using e-cigarettes may help. But then they may just continue to smoke e-cigarettes. The best way to avoid addiction to any kind of smoking is not to start.
Do you smoke or vape? Do you think e-cigarettes are a good thing? Tell us what you think. You can leave a comment on our website or email us at radio@radioenglish.net. You can also comment on Facebook at facebook.com/spotlightradio.
The writer of this program was Adam Navis. The producer was Michio Ozaki. The voices you heard were from the United States and the United Kingdom. All quotes were adapted for this program and voiced by Spotlight. You can listen to this program again and read it on the internet at www.radioenglish.net. This program is called Is Vaping Bad For You?
Visit our website to download our free official app for Android and Apple devices. We hope you can join us again for the next Spotlight program. Goodbye.